Over to Eric now. He looks down at an ace-10.
He's a clothier from Montreal.
350.
Getting out raising chips. Going to make it 350,000 to go.
But right behind him, Jake Bazeley.
Same hand. Ace-10.
Jake, 31 years old, from Cincinnati, a professional poker player.
Been a pro for 8 years.
Raise.
Gonna pop this.
Going to 3-bet it here. Makes it 850,000 to go.
Mackey and Chance out. Matt Stout also won't play. So back around to Eric.
1.5.
Whoa. Unbelievable. A 4-bet here by the amateur. With Eric just has the ace-10 offsuit and is going to 4-bet it here. Not going to let these young guys push him around, Vince. What a play here by Eric.
Very strong.
If you're sitting in Jake's seat, folks, I can tell you, when amateurs 4-bet, you just don't like an ace-10. How much more money do you want to commit with this hand? And Jake didn't want to commit anymore, and I don't blame him.
Eric says you could take a look at either card. And Jake points to the ace, and that's going to make him feel good, actually.
Are you happy it wasn't a deuce?
A little bit.
And there's the Monster Bar with the Royal Flush girls enjoying the moment here.
Well, Vince, I don't know about you, but I'm impressed by that play by Eric there.
Yeah, me too.
It shows me this guy's going to gamble. He's come to play. He's not going to let these guys just 3-bet him to death.
All right, Eric folds his hand, as does Jake. And now James Mackey picks up the ace-10. The raise makes it 300,000 to go. Right behind him, Chance with a king. Queen says all in. He's on the short stack. He's going to plunge away. Matt Stout getting out.
Knuckle out as well.
2.8 or something?
2.725.
Okay, I call.
Oh, wow, James is going to make this call.
Well, he can well afford to make the call with over 13 million in chips.
And he's a favorite. It's a good call.
And he's out in front with the ace-high.
We stayed alive.
Chance's tournament life on the line here. There's Chance's girlfriend, Emily. Got her fingers crossed for her man. Can he get lucky? Yes. Whoa! So far, so good.
He's
for
hit
her and
queens.
Chance as he's taking the lead. 2 queens on the flop.
Beautiful flop for Chance. Loving that.
Suspenseful.
2 more cards to sweat, though.
We got a deuce or a 5 on the turn coming.
Seems expected, doesn't it?
It seems pretty expected.
At least a jack.
It does feel pretty sweaty.
Let's go to 4th Street. It's an ace. Uh-oh.
Heartbreak for Chance right there.
Well, we're gonna need a good card here.
Mixed crowd erupts.
If you don't put a king or queen out there, I'm going to lose my sidekick, and I don't know what I'm going to do without my sidekick.
Well, Chance went to Colorado, was majoring in architectural engineering, didn't finish, dropped out to play poker, but he needs to build a hand here if he wants to stay alive.
Emily with the prayer. It's not going to work out. 8 of clubs on the river.
That's going to do it for Chance Kornuth of Hollywood, Florida. The local going out tonight in 6th place.
That is right. Chance Kornuth turns into Swamp Chum. Going to take home 247,000, though. A big applause for him. Let's go see what he has to say.
It was a fun event. A lot of great guys are still at the table, so I hope one of them wins. And it was a good time.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Let's go to the felt. 5-handed poker now. At the Seminole Hard Rock, action on Jake. Quickly folds his hand.
Yeah, over to James Mackey, the Jack-7 of diamonds, staying aggressive, betting 300,000 with that hand.
Now Matt Stout behind him with an attractive ace-9 of hearts.
I'm just going to call with the ace-9. Mukul Pahuja now in the small blind. He looks down at ace-6 suited.
He's got some money in there already.
And he's going to make the call.
And our Canadian Eric, the clothier, with just a awful hand, 10-3.
Wow, he's going to cap his cards though, Vince. Could he possibly make a squeeze play over all these young guns here?
Don't go too crazy on us here, but
Unbelievable.
Wow.
He is doing it.
he's going to take a shot with a junk hand.
Wow. $1 million to go here with this trash. James goes out.
Matt's got a pretty solid hand, though, but no, he doesn't want any of the action either. He folds.
Well, Mukul with a decent hand as well, but he goes out. So there you go, folks. The oldest player at the table, the amateur, shooting down the young guns by raising it up right there.
Well,
Wow, what a play by Eric.
You can't call him an amateur. He's a non-professional. He has a business. He's a clothier, and he just made the play of the night. On to the next hand. Fold by Matt. Now Mukul with a 6-5 of spades has raised. Eric, the hero at the table so far, calling.
With the 5-3 of clubs, Vince. So this is not the kind of amateur you're used to seeing, folks, that plays tight and solid.
Jake and James both go out.
We've seen a lot of moves by Eric tonight so far at this table.
Incredible couple little hands here, and the flop's a Jack 10-8, but there's 2 spades out there.
Yeah, Mukul has the flush draw. But still, those middling cards are the kind that you fear when a guy calls a raise.
Mukul has checked.
If he had real big cards, he'd re-raise you.
Eric trying to get bold again, betting with nothing, 450.
Well, because his opponent has a flush draw, this bluff's not going to work, at least at this point.
Mukul makes the insta call and catches a flush. Now do you check again? You caught your flush. And give a chance the guy might bet, but no, Mukul is going to play it straight forward and make a bet, 775.
Well, in case Eric had something like a queen jack here, you just hate to give him a free draw if he checked his flush, where he might make a full house on you and beat you. At least make him pay for it. As we can see, Eric drawing completely dead. No card he can catch to win this pot.
That's the worst card I could have seen.
The clothier might not want to lose his shirt, getting too involved, and he's going to do the right thing and fold it.
So when Mukul came on the scene, it's like, oh, hey, you're Vinny's little brother. And then I played with him a few times. I was like, oh, this kid is kind of good. After we played down to the final table and got down to 6, I made a comment about how it's good to be back after 4.5 years. Then I turned to Muck. I was like, hey, Muck, how many days has it been since you made a World Poker Tour final table?
Boy, it is great to be on a rush, and that is what Mukul has been doing lately on the WPT.
Yeah, this is the 3rd final table this season. That's why Matt was making that comment. Everybody having a good time here.
Eric and Jake fold this hand, and now James Mackey with a 7-5 with the buttons, going to raise to 300,000.
Well, Mackey just relentlessly aggressive, as you can see.
Matt out, and Mukul, oh, he's got the real hand, ace, king of diamonds.
Yeah. Well, the serious looks comes on his face now, as you can see. But look, Vince, he's just calling. Going to camouflage the strength of this hand, that's for sure.
Try to disguise. Let's see if it works. The flop is a 10-3-3. No help to either player. Muckel's going to check again.
Well, James, with this kind of junk, knows he's got a bet to win the pot. That's what he's doing, 325,000. But Mukul going nowhere with the ace-king. Wants to take off another card here. Now a jack comes off. Now this gives Mukul a straight draw, but he's going to check again. James is slowing down as well.
Yep.
Now an ace comes off, so
Mukul hitting aces.
he's got aces up with a king kicker.
Not that he needed it. And now Mukul has the decision. Do you just bet and try to get some value? Of course, we know James has nothing.
Well, what you're hoping for is your opponent's made aces up where you got him out kicked here. And he's going to pay you off, so Mukul going to bet 750,000.
And James Mackey from Kansas City says, I've had enough. I'm going to fold that. Take it down, Mukul. You deserve it. There's Muckel's buddies rooting him on. It's a big night for Mukul.
Well, there you see the chip count. Mukul Pahuja out in front with over 20 million. James Mackey in second place with 15.7.
Yep, the winner's going to take home $1,081,000 here tonight. The winners are 25,000. The blinds are 75 and 150. Action on Jake Bazeley from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, Jake looks down on an ace-6 suited, and he is going to raise it up to 350,000.
Right behind him, Mackey with an ace-10, though, will make this call. Matt Stout from Vegas folds the hand.
The chip leader Mukul Pahuja out as well.
And here's the clothier, Eric Afriat from Montreal. Not going to play his hand, so two-way action, ace-10 versus ace-6, and the flop is 3 deuces.
Well, the Ducks are quacking here.
Bazeley going to make the continuation bet of 325. Mackey's going to quickly call it. And the turn card is a queen of spades.
So as the cards lie, this would be a split pot. If it were checked down or somebody called a bet all the way down, both players would be playing 3 deuces with an ace-queen.
This Jake, though, is relentless. Bets with just ace-high again, 950.
Well, this a bold bet here by Jake. Now, just too much pressure for James. He can't stand it, so give Jake credit there. Never let off the pedal, taking down the pot.
31 years old, out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's a former basketball coach, Vince. Coached at Christian Brothers University, actually played there. He was a second-team All-American basketball player, in fact, so pretty good jock.
Very impressive. On to the next hand. The blinds are going up to 1 and 200. Quick fold by Jake and James.
Now over to Matt Stout from Las Vegas. Looks down at a queen 10 offsuit.
Highly regarded young player.
Yeah, this is
All in.
his
Matt.
9th WPT cash, his 2nd final table. He finished 3rd at Foxwoods.
Matt's going to shove. Behind him, Muckel's got ace-8. And he is considering this.
Well, he's considering it because he can well afford to make the call and knows Matt might be in desperation mode.
Call.
He's made the call with the ace-high. Great read by Mukul here.
Eric out. They turn over their cards.
So Matt Stout's tournament life on the line.
Second time on the WPT final table. Matt Stout in trouble right now.
He has too many chips already, Kim. Muck does not want to win this pot. I'm sure of it.
And the flop is coming up. It's a jack-8 deuce.
That's a good flop.
8s for Mukul.
9 ball.
Well, Matt needs a queen 10 or a 9. 9 would win it. Queen or 10 would give him the lead.
Turn cards are 4 clubs. No luck for Matt.
Down to the river card.
Can Matt Stout outdraw right here? Let's see. Nope. It's a 6 of spades, Mike.
Well, that's going to do it. For the 29-year-old poker pro out of Las Vegas, Matt Stout came to the final table on the short stack, goes out in 5th place.
Matt Stout going to take home $308,000. Just didn't get any cards. Let's see what he has to say.
Overall, I'm not too disappointed. I'm sure I'll be back. I've been working hard on my game and playing my best. So I'm pretty sure you guys will be seeing me again.
Great player with a great voice. Hate to see him go, but we're down to 4 players, Mike.
Well, there you see Mukul Pahuja extending his chip lead to over $23 million. 4 left, fighting it out for this title.
Big money going to the winner. Action on the non-professional, Eric Afriat from Montreal. He's got an ace, deuce of spades.
450.
We'll raise it to 450 to go. Right behind him, Jake has picked up Jake's pair of jacks.
Yeah, he's got the 2 jacks, so you know this is going to get raised.
Going to go close to 1.1 million. James out. And the chip leader, Mukul.
He's got nothing, so he goes out.
And now Eric, with his AC-deucey, will make this call. Eric likes the action. We've seen him make some tremendous bluffs so far at the final table.
Well, he's just not going to be pushed around by these young guys, Vince. We've seen it all night long at this final table. Flop is 9-9-7 with 2 hearts. Eric checks the ace-high. Nice flop for Jake there. If you've got that overpair, you're satisfied with this flop.
And he's going to come out with the bet, close to 1.2 million. Uh-oh, Eric said raise.
Wow, and a snap raise, Vince, with just ace-high. He's made these plays before at this final table. They've worked. Will it work here?
2.3.
He's going to 2.35, taking a shot at a bluff.
Now, Vince with Jake Bazeley's chip stack.
It's got to be like 350, but whatever.
He's virtually going to have to commit all his chips if he wants to play this pot, but...
Little does Eric know, Jake has a real hand.
Well, you think he's probably got a flush draw.
Yeah.
He's got a 9, you're dead meat, but I don't see you throwing jacks away here with your chip stack.
On.
Never, and Jake does the right thing, goes all in. And now you got to think that Eric knows the jig is up.
Yep.
And the clothier would hate to lose his shirt in this one.
Ready to go home? I'm gonna stay longer.
Ready to go home. Oh, boy.
Well, Jake doesn't want to go home, but you have to be very unlucky to lose this pot.
Eric finally gets real.
Show me one.
And he says, can you show me one? And Jake just shakes his head.
Have an overplay. Seems like a bad fold, man.
Jake Bazeley out of Cincinnati. Gonna take down a good one. All right, let's go to the felt. Eric Afriat, the clothier, the non-professional player, this time with an attractive ace-jack. Makes it 500 to go. Now behind him, Jake.
I've been pretty much card dead at this final table so far. He's going to fold.
James Mackey with a king-8. Doesn't want any part of that. Goes out, but Mukul has picked up a little pair of 4s.
Just a little over 7 to start. Thank you.
Okay. Very polite.
What's that?
You're always this polite.
Yeah, generally.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Unless I'm
You're
needling
well-mannered. Can tell you come from a good family.
Little small talk at the table.
Well, he is polite, and therefore he makes a polite call.
Right, 4s versus ace-jack, and the flop is a 7-6 deuce. So 4's in front.
Well, it goes check, check on the flop.
Turn is an ace. Hallelujah for the Montreal man. He's hit aces.
Mukul has checked again, and
650.
650 now bet by Eric with the 2 aces.
Tough call to make.
Mukul going to make the call here, just hoping his opponent's got something like king, queen, king, jack, queen, jack, where his 2 4s are the best hand.
He's in trouble. Down to the river. Another 6 pairs the board. Mukul's going to check.
975.
Well, 975,000 now the bet.
Now what's interesting is Mukul heard Eric on the last hand call out his money of 750. He said it verbally instead of just betting it, and he was bluffing. So maybe Mukul's thinking, you know what, when this guy calls it out, this could be a tell. He's going to make the call. It's a bad one. And Eric's going to show the winner. There you go.
So the clothier from Montreal taking down the pot against the chip leader.
Eric has a lot of fans and friends in the stadium here tonight, rooting him on. Onto this hand. Jake Bazeley's pick up the weapons of mass destruction, pair of aces.
Well, Jake is loving it now. You know it's going to get raised a little bit anyway, and it does to 525,000, just over the min raise.
James with a nothing hand goes out. Mukul. Oh, he also can't play. And now Eric will give action with the jack 8 of spades.
Seems like it.
Aces versus jack 8. What a hand. But a jack 8-4 hits on the flop, Mike.
Incredible. What a flop for Eric. He has flopped the top 2 pair.
300.
His opponent has the 2 aces. Well, Eric leads right out into the pre-flop raiser. Again, this time he's got the hand. The last couple times he's done it, he didn't have it.
He was born 30.
And he's going to get the action he wants with the raise. Jake makes it 1.3.
Yeah, it's the $1 million raise here, but
2.8.
this is going to be a $2.8 million bet. And now, folks, I think you're going to see all the chips go in the middle of the pot.
Well, the beautiful thing about it, Eric looks like he has a 4 flush, something like that.
Could have a 9-10, could have
Yeah.
a flush draw, could have just 1 pair. You're just not going to get away from aces here.
Impossible.
Well, I remember what Stu Unger told me about 2 aces one time. All they're good for is to win a small pot or lose a big one. That could happen to Jake right here
All in a
because you
call.
just can't get away from aces. It's too tough to get away from them. Nobody's going to get away from aces there. Jake Bazeley in dire straits now to stay alive.
The Cincinnati kid right now, he's in a vice. A lot of trouble. He would be out if he doesn't get lucky.
Now, Vince, he's done nothing wrong. The question is, will he get lucky now to stay alive?
And the turn card is a 9 of spades.
So Jake must catch an ace, a 9, or a 4. Otherwise, he will be our 4th place finisher.
He would be gone. Knocked out by the clothier. Stitch by stitch. Down to the river we go. What's it gonna be? It's a queen of diamonds.
Well, there you have it. The basketball player, Jake Bazeley, bounced out of here, bumped off the rim with the 2 aces, out in 4th place.
Yeah, 371,000 richer, a great player. Let's go talk to him.
I just wasn't getting very many hands. I could have forced some issues and picked a couple spots, but it was just a lot of tough players. You know, it's really hard to risk a lot without a lot of good holdings.
All right, action is going to be on James Mackey, and he quickly folds the hand. Mukul now.
Yeah, the small blind here is going to limp in with the 8-5.
4 more.
But Eric Afriat from Montreal has a queen, 10 of clubs, likes it, and will bump it.
Yeah, going to raise it. The men raise 400,000 more, and Mukul's going to call and see a flop here.
And the flop comes up a queen, jack, 8.
Mukul's going to check bottom pair. Eric is going to bet top pair and a gut shot straight draw, bets 500,000. And Mukul makes the call with 2 8s.
Going to the turn, it's a 6 of diamonds.
Mukul's going to check.
Million.
This time Eric is going to bet $1 million, and that's going to be too much for Mukul as he folds. So Eric Afriat takes down yet another pot.
All right, action's going to be on Mukul. He lives just a few miles away in a place called Coconut Creek, Florida. He's going to go out of this hand, and now Eric. Oh, he's got a gigantic monster hand, ace, king of spades.
And he's going to start out with an $800,000 bet here.
Right behind him, James. Let's take a look at his
Oh,
cards.
look at this, Vince. He picks
Yeah.
up a pair of 7s for the 2nd straight time. He got burned with them in the last hand. Let's see what happens here.
2 million.
Well, first thing he's going to do is raise it to $2 million.
Getting aggressive.
34.
Well, 3.4 million now the bet. So the 4 bet by Eric here to 3.4 million. Now what do you do with 2 7s? Well, you call. That's what James is doing.
Big pot brewing here between these two guys. Here's the flop. It's a jack 5-3, but there's 2 spades out there.
Gives Eric the nut flush draw.
1.6.
1.6 million is the bet.
Yeah, Eric's going to bet on the 4 flush. James with just a pair of 7s.
Don't see you throwing this hand away here just yet for that size bet. And James is making the call.
Yep, he's going to invest deeper.
So right now the 2 7s out in front.
Going to the turn card. Eric would like to hit a spade, and he gets the spade.
The dream card comes off. Eric with a nut flush, his opponent drawing dead. Let's see how much he bets now.
1.6.
1.6 million. The pot's got over 10 million in events.
Doesn't want to chase his man away. I can't blame him.
Well, this is a very small bet for this size pot. And it is working, Vince. He is just reeling him right in here, it looks like.
Oh,
Remember,
man.
whatever Mackey puts in there is just going over to the other guy's stack because he is drawing dead.
He doesn't know it, though, and he has made the call. And to the river card, it's a 6, so Eric still with the absolute nuts. What's the right amount to get to extract from your victim? Let's find out.
13.3 million in the pot right now.
6 million.
Well, he's going to make the bionic bet. 6 million.
Yeah. This a good size bet here now. And now what do you do if you're Mackey? You know all you can beat is a bluff here. The guy 4-bet you before the flop. What if he had ace king of diamonds, for example? Would he be betting the same way? Would your 2 7s be
Oh,
good?
boy, he's going to call.
Nuts.
That's what I was worried about.
Complete devastation here for Mackey. Look at his face.
Well, the 2 7s, whoever said 7's a lucky number is not going to convince James Mackey of that. He's had 4 7s in 2 hands and got burned both times.
Well, it's the mix-up plays of Eric Afriat. He has been bluffing so many hands tonight. This time, gets the nuts, gets paid off in a big way, and he extends a chip lead. Unbelievable.
Well, Eric just loving life down here in Florida.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Mukul is going to quickly fold his hand. Eric exuding confidence right now. He's got a 10-7 this time. And he will splash around with that junk hand. James with a 10-6 of hearts.
Happy to see a flop here with the 10-6.
The flop is a 6-5-4. That gives sixes to Mackey.
Well, Eric has an open-end straight draw. Mackey has top pair.
All in.
Oh, and he's going to go all in with the sixes.
I call.
And a quick call by Eric Afriat. With 2 cards to come, Eric with the possibility of knocking out this young man from Kansas City. Can he get it straight there? No, another 6. Gives 3 of a kind there to Mackey.
Now Eric must make the straight to win, must catch a 3 or an 8. Nothing else will do.
Otherwise, Mackey will double up and get back in the hunt, and it's a jack of hearts, so that's exactly what's going to happen. James Mackey is going to take down this hand with 3 of a kind. So with that double up, James Mackey is back in town. Very nicely done. Fold by the man from Montreal.
Oh, no. It's not possible, Vince.
Oh, what?
Another pair of 7s for James Mackey.
That is not possible.
Wouldn't you just instant muck him right now?
Pretty amazing. He makes it $1 million to go with the 7s. And Mukul now with Dolly Parton 9-5. He's getting his chips out to invest. Yes, he calls. So pair of 7s versus 9-5. And the flop is a jack 9-8.
So 3 overcards to your 2 7s there. Mackey's going to check. Mukul checks the 2 9s right behind him.
8 of hearts pairs the board. Mackey's had enough with the 7s. Checks again.
Well, Mukul just didn't want to get check raised out of the pot, so he checks the 9s again. Now a queen comes off and a spade. Possible straight, possible flush.
They both check again. Mukul shows the 9s. And James, oh wow.
He disgustingly throws down the 2 7s. And Vince, I'll tell you one thing, anybody that comes up to him and says 7 is a lucky number is liable to get punched in the nose. This guy's going broke with him. The 2 walking sticks, he's going to be walking out of here because of them.
He is steaming like a cheap economy car. Things have turned the wrong way for James Mackey, but right back on him this time with the button. He quickly mucks a 10-5. And now Mukul with an ace-queen of spades.
But he just limps in. He's hoping this aggressive player raises him, but
Eric with a 7-deuce.
just makes the call. Doesn't raise, but it flops a flush.
Oh, wow.
An unbelievable Mukul's flop. Top pair with top kicker and checks.
Just incredible. Eric has flopped a flush.
And Eric checks right behind him, so both slow playing their hand. Now aces and queens for Mukul.
Incredible.
He is going to bet now, but he better put his seatbelt on soon.
It's 550 into the man with the flush.
1.1.
And there's the raise.
And it's the min raise, Vince, to 1.1 million.
Right. Smart min raise.
Well, no way Mukul's going anywhere, that's for sure. He makes the call. Knows his opponent could have a flush, could have a straight, but aces and queens, the top 2 pair, you're going nowhere.
River card. 3 of clubs. Perfect card for Eric. Mukul's going to wisely check this.
2 million.
2 million with the flush and a quick call.
Ridiculous how good you are, my God.
Mukul just can't believe how lucky this guy's getting.
Oh boy. The man from Montreal, the businessman, is making these pros talk to themselves. But I'll tell you, Eric plays such a mix-up game. Great deception. And that's what's paying it off for him. Making some great moves here tonight. He extends his chip lead. Now right back on Mukul. He's got a pair of 9s. And he will raise to 800,000. Eric gets out of his way. James Mackey with a king 7 of clubs.
All in.
And he says all in. All in, and a quick call by Mukul.
Well, I'm surprised Mackey would move all in with a 7 in his hand. Unlucky as that card's been for him, but let's see if he can get lucky here. Mukul has him covered, so James Mackey's tournament life on the line. If he loses, he'll be out in 3rd place.
5 cards to come. Here we go, Mike. 10-6 deuce. Save for the 9s right now. James behind at this point. Mukul in front. Ready to break his 28-year-old opponent. Here goes the turn. And it's a queen. No help for James.
Well, there you see Mukul's wife Alexis and the dog Bandit sweating the river card here.
James Mackey, WSOP bracelet winner, in a lot of trouble. He's the river out here. Let's take a look. Can he catch his king? Here it comes. It's a jack.
Well, that's going to do it for the 28-year-old James Mackey from Kansas City, Missouri. Great effort this week. Out tonight in third place.
James Mackey is sacking out of here. 441, he'll take home.
Good job, James.
A big effort, a great player. Let's talk to him.
I'm not too happy, obviously. Made a hero call that went wrong against Eric. That's how it goes. So yeah, very disappointed.
All right. Blinds at 250, 500. Action on Mukul. He looks down to the queen deuce offsuit. But that doesn't discourage him. He's going to raise it. Makes it $1 million to go. Eric with a 9-7. Will speculate. Makes the call.
And we're gambling now.
Queen deuce 9-7. Flop is a jack 8-3.
It gives Eric a gut shot straight draw, but not much for either player. He's going to check.
Mukul, nothing hitting there, but
looks like he's getting out betting chips, and indeed he is. Makes a continuation bet, $950,000. Before he gets it out there, Eric has made the call. So that's a little scary when you have a queen deuce.
on to the turn. It's a king of spades.
Eric is first act.
Doesn't change anything. Eric checks.
And Mukul's also going to check.
River.
5 of spade on the river. Eric now knows the only way he can win this pot is to bet at it.
1.4.
And he is doing that. Give him credit. 1.4 million. Mukul saying to himself, what can I beat except for a straight draw? That's exactly what his opponent has. Could he possibly make this call with queen eye events? Nope, he thought about it, but didn't do it. So a nice river bet there by Eric Afriat wins the pot for him.
Heads up battles coming back in just a moment.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action's going to be on Mukul.
He's got a queen 9 this time. Blinds at 250, 500. Mukul's just calling.
Yeah, limps in on the button here with the queen 9.
One more.
Perhaps lucky to do so because Eric has an ace jack of hearts and he will raise.
Yeah, shoots it up $1 million more.
And Mukul
Wants to see a flop, so he's going to make the call here.
Here we go. Ace jack versus queen 9, and it is a jack 7-8.
How well is Eric running? Top pair, top kicker.
1 million.
He's going to bet 1 million is all.
With the jacks.
And Mukul with the gut shot straight makes the call. Mukul dreaming about a 10 coming off there.
Can he get his 10? No, an ace appears that gives aces and jacks to Eric.
Yeah, top 2 pair for Eric, but with possible flushes and possible straights out there. No chance to check raise on this. He's going to lead right out and bet 1.4 million. That's going to get the job done as Mukul folds. So Eric extends his chip lead.
It's not a good turn for you.
Eric Afriat, 44 years old. He's got family and friends here that flew in from Montreal to watch this display of poker, and it is working out so beautifully right now. Can he close?
Well, he might be a non-pro, Vince, but he's been playing poker for 25 years, so certainly has experience.
1 million.
Well, here he goes. He's got a pair of 8s and is raised to $1 million.
1 million.
Mukul behind him with a king 9.
Mukul knows this guy could raise with any 2 cards, especially with his chip lead.
All in.
Whoa. So he's going all in with the king-9.
Hey, call. And Eric's going to make this call.
This is my flip. This is my flip in this tournament.
Mukul Pahuja must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, the amateur businessman from Canada will be our champion.
Oh boy, Mukul Pahuja going to the rail.
Everybody on their feet.
There's the Canadian contingent. Here we go with the flop, Mike. And the flop is a 5-5 deuce. That's good for Eric Afriat.
Well, Mukul must catch a king or a 9 now to take the lead.
Eric can't believe it. He's laughing there. Loves that flop. Mukul disappointed, obviously.
Will the snowman stand up? That's the question.
Going to the turn. And 4th Street is a 10 of diamonds.
So we are down to the river. Mukul Pahuja must catch a king or a 9 to have any hopes of winning this tournament, or it's over.
Well, a major upset, 1 card away. We will see if the Canadian can take down this huge title.
Well, Eric Afriat in prayer mode right now. Can he dodge a king or a 9? He has done it. Wow.
It's over.
What a story for Eric Afriat.
Oh, man, an incredible effort for the Canadian right now. Eric's going to take down this title, take home almost 1.1 million.
Before we talk to our champion, how about a hats off and a salute to Mukul Pahuja, our runner-up tonight, and the guy who's far and away the leader for the WPT Player of the Year.
I was hoping to make heads up a little bit more of the battle, but may have gotten a little impatient, may have pushed it a little bit, but you know, he got some strong hands right away to start, and I couldn't make something happen.
Once again, congratulations to our champion, Eric Afriat.